I'm being joined by India's men's hockey team coach, Mr. Craig Fulton. Thank you so much for joining us and congratulations to your team for this goal victory. This has come after 9 years. So, what do you think was different this time?
Thank you, firstly, for the time. Just immensely proud. I think I've only been here 5 months with the group, and we had a main objective was to qualify for Paris through Asian Games. So we didn't have a lot of time. So there was a lot of good meetings, good discovery, and we had a lot of competition in between that. What was different? I just think we settled on a philosophy early of how to play, and not just the way everyone expects India to play. So we had a few different ways, and that was rewarding. And I think Harman and the penalty corner team found their groove, and same with the goalkeepers in defence, and we really respected our defence, and it showed in the final tournament.
You watch cricket?
I do watch cricket.
So, of course, we just heard, Mr. Dhanraj Pillai comparing Harmanpreet with MS Dhoni, calling him as cool as Captain Dhoni. So, how do you think, what do you have to say about his captaincy and how has that impacted the team?
So Harman doesn't have to say a lot. He does more than he says, but you can always see it on his face when he's enjoying it or he's in a good battle. At the same time, he's a world-class athlete, so he can do a lot of things, and he's just getting better. He knows he's got to improve, and that's the hallmark of a good professional.
And what do you think? What's been different in terms of the preparations this time for the Asian Games?
I just think we had Pro League. We had a squad of players that went through to Pro League. Then we had a different squad of players that played ACT, Spain in ACT. And then we had the opportunity to select the final grouping for Asian Games. And everyone in the squad had an opportunity to play. And that was, I think, really important, that everyone had a fair show. And we settled on a group of guys. But the strength lies in the squad, that we could train really, really well. I think that's one of the beauties of having a big squad and a strong squad. And it proved in both tournaments.
And we saw the men's team clinching the bronze last time in the Olympics. Now you are, of course, with the boys, and it's Olympics next year. The expectations are getting higher and higher from our hockey team. So what will be the challenges before the team ahead of those games in Paris?
I was with the Belgian men's team. Yeah, so at that time, looking at the preparations from India, I mean, it was through COVID, it was very, very difficult, and the teams that did their programs the best were the most successful, and India was one of them. So I just look at it as we have 10 months to put the best program that we can together, using all the competition in 2024 for that. And it's about making the best team and improving the individuals. So we have a good squad, we want to improve. We have a fantastic staff working well together, and it's only just the beginning.
What do you think that makes the Indians apart or stand apart? What is different in India when you're working with the Indian team and with the entire setup here in India? How you talk? If you can tell us about the what you've observed about the entire system or the infrastructure of hockey in India.
So that's a very good question. I'll try and shorten it. It's the culture and the diversity of the players, and the differences make it strong, not the similarities. So that's the one thing I've learned. I mean, the language is also a challenge in itself, and where the players come from and the pockets, and there's lots of conversations around that we can have. But the diversity in the culture is the beautiful thing about the group, and they love hockey, and the fan base is massive, and we want to get some belief back into Indian hockey again, and I think we're on the right track.
So I wanted to ask from you, because after this best ever Asian Games tally, is India now rising to be a superpower in sports?
Well, I think you got to look at your numbers base, you got to look at your resources, and you got to look at your ambition. So if you have all those three covered, and I think India's on track.